This is a resume review of a business analyst. So what we're going to be looking for in a business analyst is SQL, data analysis, Tableau, Power BI, Looker, cross-functional from IC to stakeholders and managers, basically from non-management to management, especially if you do like C-suite or director level, which some people say D-suite, but I've rarely heard that. Multitasking projects and explaining complex topics to non-technical people. This is huge. Part of your job as a business analyst is to be like, hey, I know you don't get the data. Here's why the data is important. Then we want advanced Excel, Word, PowerPoint. This person's ratio is 150 job applications to one interview, which is bad. And all they stated was it's bad out there. And you're right. The job market is cooked. It's very bad right now. It's probably going to get worse. Unfortunately, the job market is very bad right now. So you are very correct. But let's see if we can't fix this resume so that it's a little bit less bad for you in particular. And if you like this kind of stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe, or stop by my live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. PST. That's where I give this live help. That is my office hours. So away we go. And I lost where I was. All right, so don't care. Key achievements is not for this resume. So there's another type of resume that does use key achievements. If you mix it with this type of resume, which is the most common type of resume, which is an IC resume, you will fail. Do not do that. If you want a good format for an IC individual contributor, basically non-management resume, this is basic, this is clean, this is simple. It's in the description below. You can find it on my website. It's all free. Please just use that. So formatting is way off. Let's see. Do we have education? Again, this should be up at the top. Education should still be up the top. That's usually a requirement, and it needs to be there. Gathered script. Okay, I don't see anything besides Power BI. Sorry about that. I was an itch. That's it. That's all I see. Power BI. Is there anything else? Anything else? Power BI. Again, Power BI is good, but I want more. I want Excel. I want cross-functional. I want SQL. I want data analysis. Dashboards, financial modeling. Yeah, financial modeling could be one. I don't really see anything I'm looking for here. Yeah, and then principal business analyst. Cloud could be one, but it's not a common one. That's more like a bonus, nice to have. Okay, I don't even know if people can see it. So yeah, I had to scroll down. If I have to scroll down to find what I need in your resume, it's a bad resume. So ideally, you should have everything I need in this half, which you don't. The key achievements are taking stuff up, which you shouldn't have. You should have the education there real quick. Then you should actually have your job descriptions here, and I need this stuff. I don't see it. I don't see anything I need. I only really saw Power BI, which is good, but I need more. I need SQL. I need to see data analysts. I need to see you talking with other people. How have you talked cross-functionally and explained this complex data? Your job is to be the master of data. I don't know what the data means. I see a bunch of percentage points and my mind melts out of my ears. You have to describe that in a simple way for me so that I understand it, and I do not see it. So is the job market bad? Absolutely. It's terrible. It's going to get worse too. But this resume is also bad, and it's not helping. So you need to fix this resume both in formatting and content. Realistically, maybe start completely over. That's probably the best way to do it, and have bullet points that I would want to see. And then, even though the job market is bad, you will have more success. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of an RTL design engineer or a silicone design engineer. This is also my second review of this because I forgot to record the first one. So we're going to speed run through it. And the very short answer to this is your formatting is off, and it's very possible that I personally don't have enough industry experience with RTL design to know the correct keywords. So my biggest issue with this is I couldn't find the jobs for this. I found like 1-2 jobs for this, and of those, the things I needed were your degree, the RTL, ASIC, circuit design, CMOS, CDC, RDC, STA, and UPF. Now, I will fully admit these keywords may be incorrect. All right, those may be incorrect, but What I didn't see is RTL anywhere in this thing. I saw it at the very bottom of the skills section. That doesn't count. Skills sections don't matter. They are largely irrelevant unless you're a very, very high-level manager or C-level director or like director level. So formatting-wise, this is bad. You need to fix it. I don't need this right here. I need your education to be there, and I need it to look like this, all right? Then I need better keywords, all right? I don't know what a DDR2 controller is in an F332 SARBLARG. I cannot pronounce this. I need RTL. I need the words at RTL. It's very possible that the person reviewing your resume is not knowledgeable in what RTL or Silicon Design Engineer is. And this reads like someone that is very technical, but not technical that you can explain it to people that don't know it. Now, I will say again, admittedly, I don't have experience in RTL design. This may be a case of my domain knowledge is not correct, but my gut is telling me that this is over-engineered and you wrote it for an audience that is not going to understand what you do. So, please simplify it, add some other keywords. I know I don't know the exact ones, but my gut's telling me these are wrong. And if you're going for RTL, I need to see the word RTL. Just like in DevOps. If you're going to DevOps, I need to see DevOps. And people are like, well, if you were hiring for a plumber, would you show that they needed a plunger? And I'd say yes, actually. If you're hiring for that, you do want to see they've used those basic tools. So that's how this works. I don't know anything else about the ratio besides that you're a fresher and it's 100-to-1, which isn't good. So I'm expecting, especially in something this niche, I want you to bring it down to a 1 in 50 at least. And I think that means we're going to need better keywords. You're going to need to write it for an audience that doesn't understand what you do. And you're going to need to fix the formatting. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of a embedded software engineering intern. Their ratio is 1 to 75, which is like a C- for interns. Essentially, it's not great, but you do pass, but barely. Because again, internships are always very competitive. So a 1 to 50 for an internship is like a B-. 1 to 25 is C-. And your note to me is it's not looking too good. That's fair. The market's bad. Internships are probably worse. So what we're going to be looking for in general is C, C++, or assembly, embedded, the word embedded, device drivers, microcontrollers, MIPS, memory, MIPS is what it's called, MIPS, I think, memory, and then object-oriented, OO, that is very important. I need to know what you've worked on, so Linux, Windows, Microsoft, GPU, MCU, DSP, TCP, and IP. So out of all of these, some keywords are more important than others. Primarily C, C++, along with object-oriented, or oriented, whatever, and specifically the system that you've worked on. So maybe it's Android, maybe it's Linux, maybe it's Windows, maybe it's Microsoft. That was really important. The others, while important, are less so. So let's see if we can find some of those. This formatting is nightmarish and I hate it. This should be 1 or 2 lines, max. This is not needed. Again, skills sections don't work. Novice recruiters will send them to hiring managers, and the managers will get mad if they're not in the actual bullet points. Continued development of a vision framework using C and C++, good. And I don't know what these are. Develop bash scripts, don't care. CI/CD, I honestly didn't see that a lot. Admittedly, these were kind of hard to find, but I didn't really see that. A Git test on our Kubernetes. So I don't know if these are important. I'll be honest. In fact, the only thing I can really find is a C, a C++. Where is the embedded? Where's the embedded? I know that sounds dumb, but you need it. Seriously, you need the word embedded. Working under the supervision of professor of the control learning logics group. Okay. Collaborative innovation, deep area. Okay, I don't find that. I you know what? I actually like this because it shows he worked on a team, but I need more. Maybe, again, this is also a case of maybe this is of a lack of understanding of my embedded software engineering knowledge, because I think I've only done this role once or twice in my life, but I don't see the keywords I'm looking for, and maybe there would be a few more, but I just don't see them. Like, if you look online for those internships, you're not going to see all of this, right? You're primarily going to see C, C++, which you do have, which is good. You're going to see the word embedded. Literally the word embedded. I need to see the word embedded and how you use that word. maybe you also see object-oriented, which object do I even see? I don't see. That was major. Although it did pop up. Yeah, it's too much here. So this is over-engineered. Remember, the person viewing this is a recruiter. They're not technical. They do not know that SLAM library to QNX 7.1 is equivalent or is used by object-oriented programming or whatever, right? They're not going to know that. I don't know if that's right. I just made that up, but it's going to all sound the same to them. So simplify this, fix the formatting, and we'll get you a little bit more, probably maybe 1 in 50. But I want to say 1 in 75, still, C-. It passes, barely, but it does pass. So let's go to the next resume and just use this formatting. Seriously, I cannot impress upon you how easy this formatting is. It really helps people and getting jobs. This is a resume review of a data scientist. So, what we are going to be looking for in a data scientist is R or Python, SQL, Cloud, Machine Learning, AI, Pandas, NumPy, Scilern, I hate that word, modeling, hypothesis testing, experimental design, visualization tools, Cassandra, Hadoop, Spark, Tableau, CI/CD, and most importantly, explaining complex technical topics to non-technical stakeholders. So, this person asked me a ton of questions. And also, I'm reviewing it. Apparently, it's their birthday today, so say happy birthday to them in the comments. But they asked a bunch of stuff. So first off, they're an international student, and they're just graduating, and now they're going to their first full-time job. So they were able to get a lot of internships. The problem is the resume that gets you an internship may not be the same resume that gets you a full-time job. You may need to tweak how it works. The second thing is they said they've only applied to 100 positions, which is not enough. So let me tell you your odds. Freshers, so fresh graduates, this is going to be the toughest job search of your life, bar none. No matter the market, you're the hardest job search of your life is going to be getting your foot in the door of your industry. Not just data scientists, we're talking any job, right? Getting your foot in the first. So that's already a knock against you. You're international, which is going to it's going to be even worse. You're going to have to apply to 3 times as many jobs to have the same, even with the same resume. So you're going to need a lot of volume. This is not even going into the keywords. You're going to need a lot of volume because you have 2 things stacked against you. And it did say you were applying to data engineering and all that kind of stuff. The problem is resumes are job title specific. So if you apply using a data scientist resume to a data engineer resume, you're going to get rejected. In fact, data analysts and data scientists have different keywords, so it needs to be specific. So with saying quite all that, let's look at the actual resume. You are worried that you over-engineered it, which probably I'm looking at this. So the first thing I'm going to wonder about, is this the correct font? It may be, it may not be, but you need 10.5 Arial. So I am dyslexic, all right? And also this is why I don't knock anybody for spelling, and I found out that spelling is not actually a huge deal in most resumes. But this is not reading as 10.5, and this is not reading as 10.5 Arial, and because of that, it's hard to read, and there's a lot here. So what I want is this in 1 line, which you did. That's good. Formatting wise, please do this. There's too much bolding. I don't need this right here. And so 2 lines total. 1 has this. 1 has that. I also don't know what DS Club is. Maybe you could give a line to explain that. But then we do large healthcare company. Developed and published an NNN format using Tableau. That's good. Or Tableau, whatever it's pronounced. Actually, is Tableau? No, Tableau is not one of them. That's actually for data analyst. Is that right? Yeah, that's actually more for data analyst positions. So I don't really care about that. I don't care about ETL. I don't care about Azure. I do care about Azure. That's cloud. I do need SQL, which I have. I do see Python, but there's so many. Yeah, you over-engineered this. It's very possible they're going to miss the actual keywords. I see AI, which is okay. JavaScript. I don't see complex topics. Again, yeah. This is not like a terrible resume, I want to be clear, but because this is your first job and you're international, you've got the deck stacked against you. So it needs to be better than okay. And this is not better than okay. The problem is I'm not seeing the keywords I want for data scientist. It's clogged with other keywords. I'm seeing a couple, right? It's just there's not enough. And I'm really missing explaining complex technical topics. This is a huge thing. Huge thing, right? Very, very, very big for data scientists is you need to explain what the hell that means. Like, I'm not, if I'm a stakeholder, you're going to present to me and say, here, I have a 13 terabytes of Azure blob storage in the warehouse. They're going to be like, what the hell is that? Oh my God, here, I missed it. This is actually here. This is why your formatting is bad, is I actually missed for stakeholders. Except you need to explain more, right? I need to know what those insights were. So you over-engineered this. You need to cut it down. You need to make it simpler. You need to basically start adding some of these things. Because it's... There we go. Now I see Tableau. Sorry, the formatting is... This is a fact that the formatting is probably one of the biggest problems with this. Is it's so bad and it's so crunched together that recruiters are going to miss the actual keywords, right? And here's how recruiters work. We don't get to spend this long on this resume. We get 15 seconds. 15 seconds is all we get. And there were 20 resumes before you, and there's going to be 100 resumes after you. So we can get keyword fatigued. So you need these, but you need them simpler. You need them easier to read. You need them in a better format. And arguably most importantly, you need to make sure it's almost only just those keywords. Because there's a lot of stuff here I don't need. Like, I don't think I need MATLAB Pilot. I don't need, let's see, what else don't I need? I don't know SOPs, KPIs. There's a lot of numbers here. Azure Data Factories. Okay, I just want to see Azure, but then I don't need the terabytes of data. I don't know. I don't need blob storage. I don't need QA and Jira. So yeah, there's too many. You've over-engineered them. So you're in chat. It's also your birthday. I'm going to help you out with this, but I hope that at least made sense from a casual understanding. Is essentially this is over-engineered. There's too much stuff that they're going to miss the good things, right? Like if this was a cooking metaphor, your meal itself has a lot of flavor, but you basically put like a gallon of sugar on it, and that just ruins the flavor and the taste because it drowns it out. I hope that made sense. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of a project manager / coordinator trainee intern. So I will be perfectly honest, this person is from the UK and they're applying to the UK. They mostly want to look at improving the quality of the bullet points. My issue here is I could barely find these jobs that had any of the qualifications. This is a case of what the UK calls something, and the recruitment in the UK from the US is probably different. So with the full disclosure that this might be outside my domain, so do not take what I'm going to say as gospel, let me try and review this resume. Typically, the only keywords I really found were, it's like how you graduated, and I think they're UK specific, like certs or something. And I don't know the equivalent of that, but that was what I was looking at, and that did seem to be a common, and especially the fact that you can multitask and prioritize. Those are the ones I did find. So, formatting-wise, good, like it, thank you. You use my formatting. This is great. This is easy to read. I love it. So, worked in a team of 6 to coordinate creation of a buddy scheme for a school facility. Can you understand? Okay, I need more than this. I don't know, unless this is, again, this is a UK language, even though both countries speak English, UK English is different than the United States English. So unless this is something that makes a ton of sense in the UK, I need more here. Multitasking and agile communicating with external stakeholders. See, I don't think this counts as external stakeholders, right? This is sort of hyping up your influence. You can just say with the student union who were in charge of, I guess it could be, but I'm missing stuff here. Okay, I'm starting to see what I'm missing, and I just want to go through here to double check. So tailored curriculum plan is okay. So you are missing the how in the what, how, why, and some of the why. So the keywords here are probably going to be less relevant, but I'm missing the how you did it, right? Worked in a team of 6, coordinate creation of a buddy system for a school, faculty containing over 2,000 students. How did you do that? Why did you do that? Multitask. Okay, so here's the weird part. You can't just say multitask. You have to actually, this is the one where you have to use an adjacent one, right? Like, you could say managed, and this sentence doesn't even make sense. Multitask and agile volume communicating with HR. So you could say, right, like, managed multiple communication streams, email, phone, print, in person, for our stakeholders, which is the student union, or student union, to create ethically approved student surveys, right? You need to show how you did it on a time crunch, and I don't see that. You need to show it. You're telling me I need you to show. Using Canva and Adobe to create student marketing material, which recruited over 100 students. Okay, so I'm going to use a League of Legends metaphor here. I don't know if you've ever played League of Legends. This is, I swear to God, this is relevant to this, but I think this is your main problem. So, this is how I'm going to have you do it. This is the problem with this. A bad sentence would be, when I play bot, I like to use Jinx because it's easier to get CS and I can rush an IE. That sentence meant nothing to anybody who doesn't play League of Legends. And that's why it's a bad sentence. If I wanted to write that in a good way, I would instead write, when I go to the bottom lane in the video game League of Legends, I pick the character Jinx as she has an easier time getting gold CS from minions, which allow me to buy the item Infinity Edge faster. That tells you that the bottom lane is in the video game. You don't know what the bottom lane does. All you know it's in a video game. You then know a character in that game is Jinx. You know that she has an easier time getting gold, which is also called CS, from minions, which you don't need to know enough, but you need to know that you can get it from minions, which allow you to buy an item faster, which is Infinity Edge. And that's all you need to know. So that is how I actively want that to read. And right now, so this is how a good sentence is. Right? And this is bad. And this is kind of your problem with it, is they're all the bad sentences. So this right here is bad. This is what you wrote. I need you to change it so that you can write it like this. So you are correct. Your bullet points are off. Yeah, these are great. And then you also need dates here. You cannot have this without it. You need a month. Every single thing besides your education and certs needs a month. Otherwise, they're going to assume you were an English teacher in Japan for 1 month, which was from December 2023 to January 2024. So these don't really need months because these are projects, but these do. So I hope that made sense. And again, there's a lot of difficulty here with me actually finding these jobs because it's a difference between the UK and the United States. But overall, I do agree that I think it is your bullet points that are an issue. Because you have a 100-to-1 ratio, which is not good. So, and what they're going to be looking for is how you did those. How you did this project manager. Because multitask in an agile environment with XStage means nothing. How did you multitask? Used Canva, created great marketing material, which recruited. This is fine, but this is the case of why. Like, why is this important? I don't need enough. So you need to give me more details, and that's kind of all I can do with this resume, because, yeah, there's just not a lot here. The bullet points are a little off. Formatting's fine, good formatting, and let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of, I don't know. I don't know what this is. This is a IT consultant, intern, or anything in cloud. That is what they said. They said they've applied to over 75 internships, but only got 1 interview, which led to a second one, but did not ultimately getting a job. I mean, that's not bad. 1 to 75 for an internship is a C-. It's crazy competitive, but you're going to have to apply to more than 75 jobs. Like, internships are very competitive. This is, they are high competitive. So I don't know what the keywords for this are. One person in my chat said this could be cybersecurity or help desk, and the fact is I don't know. You need to be very specific with your job titles, people. This goes for everybody, not just this person. This is very, very, very specific about what the hell you are looking for, because that is going to determine everything else about your resume. You cannot say, I'm going to do X and Y and Z. Resumes are job title specific. And unfortunately, IT consultant, intern, or anything cloud is not a title. I found one IT consultant intern. One. Which means we need a better title. So, I'm going to have to really only go on formatting because I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you're looking for. I cannot have that. You cannot have a jack of all trades resume. It will always, always, always fail. So, formatting wise, let's look at this. And in fact, maybe this is good for the type they're applying to. I don't know. I don't know what they are. Because 1 in 75 is honestly okay, like a C-, right? I just want to make it better. So this should be 2 lines, maybe 1 line. No, this should be 1 line. And it doesn't need to be bolded. Remember, use this formatting. It looks so basic. Like the last resume, they had issues with their bullet points, but there's no formatting issues. And they had an issue with the formatting, issue with the bullet points because I could easily read them. I didn't have to spend my mental bandwidth on the formatting. So yeah, this should probably be 1 line. Nothing here should be bolded. Resolved hardware issues for faculty, staff, and students across 10 Mac environment. Achieved race for using tool, TeamViewer, Microsoft in person. No, I think my chatter is right. Is this a help desk? This reads like a help desk. That's actually a solid bullet point for a help desk. Configure devices, role-based Active Directory. Yeah, I mean this seems like you wrote this incorrect. Like I don't know why people do this with the end support and then that. It should just be basic. It needs to be like this. None of these bolding things. Only this, and this should be 2 or 3. And if you're applying for an internship, I want to see how you work with others. So maybe like how you taught other clients and people like that. Let's see. Process check-ins, QuickBooks. Why do I care about this? Elevated intake process. Outlook. Outlook could be one. This is good because it shows that no, this is mid. Yeah, I don't know what you are. I'm a person. I don't know what you are. Because then you have here, which is cloud. Because, like, this is a help desk. Then this is an accountant? I don't know. And then this is your first cloud. I don't know. I don't know what you are. I don't know what you're looking for. And it doesn't seem like you do either. I mean, it's good that you got an interview, but you're going to need more than 75. I was just hoping we could get this to like 1 in 40, 1 in 50 at the worst. But I don't know what to add for the keywords because I don't know what you're looking for. Oh, also, you're fully bilingual in English and Arabic and proficient. This needs to be up the top. If you know another language, that should be above the education. Knowing another language, not just computer, but like Spanish or French or whatever, should absolutely be like below your contact information. That's huge. It's very difficult to directly find bilingual candidates, so showing that in your resume can give you a huge boost, even if the rest of your resume is not great. I've heard of multiple managers say, yeah, and if you can find somebody that is bilingual, as long as they've got the other stuff basic, we're good, right? Like it is massive. So that's all I can really say here is I don't know what you do. I don't know what the keywords are, but you have like 12 different jobs here. So I'm going to need you to make it very specific. And I don't see anything with cloud except for all the way at the bottom. So yeah, use a different formatting and then pick specifically a job title or 2, even if they're intern ones. So that's it for this video. I will be back in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. And if y'all need more help, stop by my live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST for about 3 hours, give or take. And I'll see you all in the next video. Awkward finger guns.